Yes, polling units.
That's where people can currently go ahead and pick up their PVCs.
Yes, please.
Okay, could you tell us then, how many of these polling units do we have in Ogun State?
We have 3,310.
Okay. Well, about this 60% distribution that you talk about, has this figure been updated and submitted to the commission, I mean, at the federal level?
You know, the problem, we are still having PVC to the tune of 547,701, which we are expecting. And hopefully, in the next 2 weeks, so every PVC will arrive for Ogun State.
Oh, so over 507,000 PVC is being expected to be delivered to you.
547.
547.
701 as of today.
So, for what is the those who are the percentage of those? Because the commission says there are people who are not coming forward to collect their PVCs. Is that the same case with you? Because now you say 60%, but the commission gives us this figure of 43.51%. Are people coming forward to collect these cards?
Thank you very much. You know, people are not coming as expected, but now there is an improvement on the distribution, on the collection of the PVC.
Let's go through some of the collection method, because for those who have not been able to get their PVCs, assuming they are not able to get their PVCs until even after the 8th of March, are you considering coming to the polling units with those PVCs such that people can eventually, maybe when they come on that day, can exchange their TVCs for the PVC and then are able to vote on that day?
No, you know, there is an innovation, a new innovation, and that is the card reader. The card reader cannot, authenticate people having PVC. It's only those who have PVC that the card readers can authenticate. But I assure you that every eligible voter in Ogun State will get the PVC to vote. Right. Even if the 8th of March, the deadline, I have every assurance that our commissioner at headquarters will look into the case of Ogun State critically.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the point is that the distribution of the PVCs should have been decentralized.
But he said it has.
Yes. It has to be decentralized. The problem was that it wasn't decentralized. Okay. That's why we're taking that. He's got a good point there. Right.
Well, thank you for speaking with us, Mr. Ibitoye, the resident electoral commissioner in Ogun State. Well, let's move on now to Ini Thompson. She's got some roundup of what else is happening across the country about these elections. Hello, Ini.
Hello, Chamberlain. Good evening. Well, interestingly, Ogun State is also part of the state. We are covering a series of issues coming up on ongoing distribution of PVC, while INEC is handling getting the cards to the state and carrying out orientation to encourage more electorates to participate. The police also have their hands full with political crimes. The issue of permanent voter cards is in the news for different reasons. In Ogun State, where 795,962 cards have been collected by voters out of 1,829,534 registered voters, the Administrative Secretary of INEC, Dixon Atiba, says that the turnout for collection at the various units has been low.
With the total number of cards collected, which is 1,368,875, still have a balance of about 400 cars that has not come. And so Abuja has promised that before the end of this month, our expected cars will arrive the states for distribution.
The Commission has been holding meetings with security agencies in the state as they strategize towards a peaceful election.
I want to let him know that the police, being a critical stakeholder in the election process, wants to assure him of the police cooperation and readiness to further realizing the mandate of the Commission.
In Imo State, INEC says it has distributed 1,343,230 out of the 1,803,030 registered voters, and this progress can be accredited to the postponement of the election.
Between that period and now, we've been able to distribute up to 1,352,000 PVCs to the people of Imo State.
The Commissioner also disclosed that about 75,000 cards belonging to Owerri North local government area are yet to be delivered to the state, although other election materials are set.
Actually, we have received virtually almost all the non-sensitive materials that we need for the elections. The corridors, of course, we have received. Things like the ballot boxes, we have also received all those things, and we've been able to distribute them across to all the local government areas.
Meanwhile, Kano State Police has paraded 23 suspects in the case of political thuggery, while 5 others were arrested in connection with stolen PVCs. The police says 300 out of 1,000 PVCs have been recovered.
We've discovered that, where they are, where they were sharing this, giving these PVCs to individuals, distributing these PVCs to individual voters. A commotion developed there. And because in the course of that commotion, people just packed some of these PVCs and took their heel. Obviously, based on this intelligence, we moved in, and 5 suspects have been arrested.
The action of the police is premised on the peace accord, which was signed by political parties in the state, with a promise to work with their supporters towards a free, fair, and peaceful election. Well, obviously, not just INEC is getting prepared for this election. The police also have a lot of things to do. Back to you, Chamberlain.
Well, thank you, Annie. And they're still stealing PVCs. Oh, dear. Well, we'll move over now to Bayelsa State. Don't forget that they've got a total number of registered voters as given by the Commission as 610,373. And then the total number of cards collected, according to the Commission, is 404,119. And that amounts to 66.21% collected at the moment. Well, we're joined now by the resident electoral commissioner in Bayelsa State, Mr. Barry Tokpagi. He joins us via phone today. Good evening and thank you for joining us. What's the situation with the distribution of the permanent voter cards? Because we have people who complain that they have not been able to collect their PVCs in Bayelsa.
Well, let me quickly say that the emphasis has always been on distribution. We have not spoken about collection. I think the problem I'm having here is more of that of collection and that of distribution. Because we go out every day and people are not coming forward. So what do we do? If you are a trader and you carry your goods to the market and customers don't come to buy, what do? Will you be slaughtered for not selling your goods?
What's the method of distribution at the moment? Are they going to the local governments or what?
The method of distribution is very clear all over the country. When the distribution took place last year, it was as a polling unit. And thereafter, we moved to the local government offices, and early this January, we moved to the ward levels, or what we call the registration area levels. But in Yenagoa here, where I have most of these problems, we have even gone beyond the ward collection centers. We've created more centers, and yet people are not coming forward. So this idea that everybody must get a